Hey, I'm Isis, here with UBTV, and today, Tuesday the 10th of October, is World Mental Health Day. So I'm here with Nightline to talk about the service and any questions on mental health. In spirit of Mental Health Day as well, this is the third time that I've done this interview. So if you get any weird cuts in this video of another interview going on, that is why. But this is the final one.
Hello, hi, I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Will.
And we are publicity officers for Nightline. Nightline is a service that is student-run for students. Basically, we're a listening service open between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. Tuesday to Friday currently. On Saturday, we're open for instant messaging, which you can find on our website between 8 p.m. and midnight. But really, what we're here for is just to help you feel heard. We're here to provide a confidential, anonymous, non-judgmental, non-advisory space where you can really feel confident that whatever you say isn't going to get back to people. You can just lead the conversation wherever you want to lead it, and just speak your mind.
If you feel stressed or happy or anything in the world, you can phone us for a telephone service and you can talk about whatever you want with us and we'll just listen to you. And obviously not just sit there in silence, but we are effectively there to listen.
Whether this be feeling stressed about academics, or you're walking home alone on a night out and you don't want to be walking, you don't want to feel unsafe, so you want to be on the phone with somebody, we're there, we will be on the other end of the line. Or if you're struggling with your mental health, or you just want to rant about your flatmates, but you don't want to rant about your flatmates to your flatmates. So anything that you want to talk about, that is what we're here for.
Okay, we've got comfy now for the start of this interview. So I'll just start off with a basic question, I guess. Obviously today is World Mental Health Day. So in terms of talking about Nightline and the service, how can we kind of work towards reducing a stigma around mental health? Because I think that's an important part of Nightline.
With the people around you, don't just ask once, ask again. Like, you know, it's so easy for people just to say like, hey, I'm fine. If you ask like first time, how are you? But then if you ask again, it really shows them that you're there. You know, like you're giving them an opening to then try and open up. And yeah, that can mean a world of a difference, honestly. In terms of what Nightline does, I mean, the fact that we provide a non-judgmental space and it's confidential and anonymous, that really does seem to help people like feel more comfortable in opening up, because they know that the other person on the end of the phone isn't going to be directing them in any way. It's not going to be making assumptions, and they know that like we'll never find out who's on the other end of the phone. So yeah.
Kind of rolling off that as well, I think in terms of reducing stigma, I would say one of the big things about mental health and talking about it is a lot of people are often scared to reach out. So I would say, what would you tell people about Nightline and the service that they maybe don't know about it?
If people are scared about reaching out to Nightline, I totally get it. It's kind of intimidating, right? You're phoning a service that obviously is there to listen, and you know we love to listen. That's what the volunteers sign up to do. But it's also a scary thing to do, and it might be difficult. But to the people who might feel maybe a bit intimidated, all I'd say is we're there for you. We get a lot of people calling and saying, "Oh, I've never done this before," or "I've never use one of these services," or I need to talk, but like, is it safe to talk in this space? And it absolutely is. It always is.
I also remember when we spoke for the first time, which I can now recall back on, I remember you said as well that one thing about Nightline that's interesting as well is you can also call if you just have something good you want to talk about, but you feel like you don't have someone to talk to about it, because I think that's really an important thing that I didn't even know about Nightline as well.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say like you don't have to be in crisis. You know, it's literally just like you can talk about whatever you want, good or bad, big or small, because for different people, different things can have different impacts on you, and like we're not there to judge, you know, what impact something should have on you. We will absolutely listen and empathize with you, because yeah, we know I mean, uni life's a struggle sometimes, you know, it can be difficult. I mean, a survey done by Student Minds last year found that 57% of the people who responded, of students, self-reported a mental health issue, which, I mean, that's just like, that's astounding, you know, that is, I can't even wrap my head around that. Yeah, but honestly, I think there's a positive in that, in the sense that you're not alone. You know, like if you're struggling, there's gonna be someone else who is feeling the same as you. But that doesn't take away from how you're feeling. I think that's an important thing to note, which is why, yeah, when you call, we'll just listen to you and put you first.
Following from working in a service like Nightline, how would you advise people to maybe who aren't interested in working for Nightline, but maybe are interested in looking to figure out how they can support their peers or their family better with mental health problems? So are there any strategies or ways that you would maybe recommend after working for Nightline?
So I'd say one of the biggest strategies that kind of we really advocate for in Nightline is just to be there to listen. You providing a space for your friends to listen and to not judge them and to just say, hey, I'm here for you. If you want to talk, it doesn't have to be now, it doesn't have to be later, but you know, when you need to talk, I'm here. I'm giving them that opportunity is really important. So I'd say just giving them a chance to talk means that they can. And that's something that I think Nightline really advocates for and that we've kind of learnt from past volunteers.
And then for people who are interested in getting involved in Nightline, how would they go about that?
You can have a look on our website. If you just search Bristol Nightline into Google, it will come up. Hopefully it should be in the description as well. You'll find like application forms there, and if they're not open at the moment, then you can like register your interest, and then we'll send out a little mailing list, like send out an email to the mailing list about like when, you know, the next training cycle is being run. But I think so there's going to be one mid-October, and then the next one will be in November sometime. So we are doing it fairly regularly this year, which is great.
To summarise World Mental Health Day, I would say with a video like this and talking about Nightline and mental health, why is it important? Because I feel like it is quite easy to look at this conversation and think that it's quite simple. But I mean, following your guys' advice that the best thing to do is talk to people, I would say maybe why should we do that, and how should people leave kind of if they have a change of attitude for World Mental Health Day?
There are a lot of difficulties and issues like making sure you're looking after yourself. I think that's something that a lot of people forget is you don't feel bad if you can't be there for someone in a moment, because hopefully that person will have someone else if they really need it. That's not to say that your help isn't really important, but you can't pour from an empty cup. And I'd say always make sure you're looking after yourself. It's like the airplane oxygen masks thing, where your parent puts on the oxygen mask before the baby kind of thing, because if you put it on the baby, then you can't help. Same thing. So you need to make sure that you've got energy to give to other people. And when other people see you in a mentally healthy space, that can be so inspiring. You look at some people and you think, how on earth have you gotten to the point you're at? And I think that's amazing. And it can really turn, that in itself can change somebody's mind and make them feel better.